Hey y'all, it's Dallas McCade alongside Smokin' Joe Lasher from the Ingles table. And hey, happy August, aka National Peach Month.
That's right, welcome to the Ingles shopping list. And today, to celebrate this amazing month, we're going to make my smoked peach cobbler with some Laurel Lynn vanilla ice cream.
Oh, that is music to my ears. I love it. Let's get started.
All right, well, first of all, Dallas, it is peach season. So I was able to go to the Ingles produce department and pick some fresh peaches up. They pulled right apart. They're gonna be delicious in this cobbler.
Love that. They
so
look great.
Two parts to this cobbler. One, first of all, we've got the smoker preheated at about 350. Okay. You can do this again. I say it all the time. If you don't have a smoker, do it in your oven or on your charcoal grill, indirect heat around 350. So let's make the topping first. And what I've done here is I've got some all-purpose flour.
Okay.
If you want to pour it in there, I've got all-purpose flour. I've got some baking soda, baking powder, and some sugar in there.
Okay.
What I want to do is let's just use that whisk to kind of mix that up just a bit. And there, it doesn't take much, just kind of mix that stuff in.
Whisking is almost as good as sifting it together.
That's right, that's right. And then we'll trade the whisk out for a little, we'll just use this wooden spoon here. And if you want to slowly pour in your buttermilk.
All right.
And just kind of little in there now, give that a good stir, let it start to
Looking good.
to go, yep.
Is this going to be like a crumbly topping or?
Yeah, sure is.
Oh,
sure
yeah.
is. All right, so let's pause right there, and what we'll do is I've got some chunks of butter, and I'll use my gloves. That's why I always wear gloves.
I know, because I'm the same way.
Well,
you can do so much more with your hands.
Well, clean hands are as good as, but I like to be able to throw those gloves away.
Well, when you have fingernails, though, you don't want to get all the dough and stuff underneath.
I don't know how that works.
Yeah, but the gloves work great.
So what I've done is I've taken a stick of butter, and we're basically going to just push that around in there, let it start to soften up, and then before we put this topping on our cobbler, you can see there, we just basically press that into there. We're gonna let that soften up. We'll give it a good stir. And we've got basically a stick of butter in this. Not basically, we have a stick of butter. But butter makes everything
better.
So we're gonna set that topping aside just like that, and we're gonna go ahead and work on our filling. Now, I've got about 1.5 cups of light brown sugar. Okay, there's where those gloves come in handy again. Some light brown sugar. I've got a couple of tablespoons of all-purpose flour. About a tablespoon of cinnamon.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Oh, that smells so good.
Watch this, vanilla extract.
Yes.
Bam. A couple of tablespoons, maybe a little heavy on the maple syrup.
It's okay.
Ingles has an amazing maple syrup.
Yes, they do.
If you've never tried it, it's very good.
Yes, I love it.
And then about a tablespoon of lemon juice. And we'll pull this whisk back out again. If you just want to give that a good whisk, and we'll just kind of let it start to thicken up.
Oh, this looks great. What a topping for peaches. This is going to be so
it's going to be so
good.
good. I'm telling you. It's look at that.
Oh, that
and so,
really
so see there, it just makes a beautiful syrupy brown sugar goodness. So, we'll set that to the side.
I could just eat that over that with a little ice cream.
Well, that's the ticket. Our ice cream's still in the freezer, but we'll go get it. So about 3 pounds of peeled and sliced peaches right here. And same thing, let's just take this, we brought another, just kind of stir that in.
Such a great summer dessert when you've got the fresh peaches.
Yeah, yeah. And you know, everybody has a different recipe for toppings. I mean, if you're from the South especially, or anywhere I guess, but in the South especially, the toppings are always a little different. Cup of sugar, cup of, you know, you heard that, cup of sugar, you know, that type of thing, cup of milk. But what we're gonna do, this almost comes out like a sweet biscuit dough.
Almost like a shortcake on top of it.
That's right. And so this is so juicy, and this is going to be nice and crispy on top. So we'll come back to this. We'll use our spoon just to kind of stir that in, and I'm going to pull out of the warmer over here. I've got a greased cast iron, and what we're going to do while you do that, I'm just going to pour this topping right into here. Now this is a pretty large pan, but you'd want to use at least a 12-inch cast iron skillet. Yeah. So this one's going to be a little bit larger.
Oh yeah, don't leave any of that juice.
No,
you gotta get it all.
we won't. So there we go.
All right.
And then what I like to do is I'm just going to take, watch this, I'm just going to take my hands.
That's exactly what I would do. If I had gloves on, that's exactly what I would do.
And we're just going to start to dollop this around.
Oh yeah.
like
Because when
so.
it starts to bake, it's all gonna go together, so it's gonna be super.
That's
super big.
exactly right. It's almost like, it is almost like a biscuit dough,
Yeah.
really. So we're gonna push that in, keep bringing this out like so.
I was thinking about this same recipe with strawberries.
Oh,
Oh,
so good. Well, we love our Georgia peaches too,
Yes.
so it's peach season.
good stuff.
So what I'm gonna do is basically just kind of spread this around a little bit. I know that looks kind of funny, but the cobbler, believe it or not, it's gonna spread out.
It really
as
does. Well, and the butter also. When the butter starts to melt, it kind of liquefies the flour
That's
some
right.
more. So then it spreads out, gets all over the whole top of the cobbler, and
Yep.
completely covers it. And it's gonna be delish.
All right, so I'll tell you what, let's do. We're gonna spread this around just a little bit. We're gonna take it to the smoker, gonna let it go for about 40 minutes or
Yeah,
so at
get it
350,
brown on
get
top.
nice brown.
Yeah.
We're gonna pull that ice cream out of the freezer and serve some up.
This smells
know.
amazing.
It's incredible. And again, with the recipe, this is a 12-inch cast iron skillet. The
Yeah.
one I used a little earlier was a little larger. You definitely want to follow this recipe with a 12-inch cast iron skillet. But look how that cooked up, almost like a nice crispy
Yes,
biscuit. We're gonna go
exactly.
ahead and cut into this.
Oh,
I mean, look at that, and all those
that is
peaches
beautiful.
and juices in there. I mean, I am telling you what, after all this food we've cooked today, this is like my
This
favorite.
is the way to wrap
And then
it up.
and you got this Laura Lynn's best, Ingles best,
vanilla
French
ice
vanilla ice cream
Oh.
right on top.
Gosh.
What do they say up north? Forget about it. Forget
The
about
best
it.
thing about this is you can cook it if you're camping, or you can cook it in the backyard, or you can cook it in the kitchen.
That's
It
exactly
does
right.
not matter. It looks so good. Thank you so much for joining us today here on the Ingles Shopping List. Hope to see you on our next episode. Y'all be good.
And be good at it.